the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badul Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and ISL for International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable research and community research providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by for informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seekers, job holder, and also for learners, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business to empower human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 million services for free, like the Adobe Portfolio website, Resume Builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and all knowledge platform for gathering their knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement our training program website and offline online courses for your author learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop the education of the abilities and personal speaking knowledge is crucial for the institute of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and future. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As you member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvements for the individual who seek information can improve their skill level and follow. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, we will continue support. We already completed 2,194 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, we will continue support. We already completed 2,194 webinars successfully. Here is speaker, participant, and well-wisher. At this moment, is very important message for you all. We change in our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account from us with proper information. Note that with proper information, you'll enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide to join regular on our website. Check all our webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we do not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. If you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speaker certificate, of IGP. If you're an online competition winner, you can download certificate of participation. If you're selected for lifetime membership, then you can download certificate lifetime membership easily. Besides this, we participated in a award function which organized comments about the IGP. You can download that also. You can simply pay and download 18 texts certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Inclusion in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 2. Teaching with foreign language and assessment, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 4, the new training in education. Certificate of Participant Webinar Series Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series 8. RTTG Spatial Programming the Arts, Certificate of Participant Webinar Series, Rapaji Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of Rapaji Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare within. From now on, you can participate in thousands of international level to verify certificate. Certificate of Participant parents are teachers, vacation tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem will lag signing on time. This is a good opportunity to collect your previous condition. Solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything, and check out the all admin details. It's a request to check our partner and pages on our website. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start 2,195 webinar, which name is Effective Lesson Plan, and today our speaker name is Tahani Fayaz Yasin. She is from Lebanon. Before I hand over this to our speaker, ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her. Teacher of Mathematics and Science, Coordinator of Mathematics, Educational Consultant, and Trainer. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very
Hello.
important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine too. Thank you so much for this introduction. It's
Welcome,
my
ma'am.
honor to be
Can
with
you
you
start your
again.
presentation?
Yes, sure. Hold on. Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Hope you're gonna enjoy this session. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, hello everyone. You're welcome to this workshop. It's gonna be engaging workshop for you. You're gonna be having a lot of ideas for how to improve the way that you are doing your lesson plans with the team, with your team. We're going to include in this workshop a lot of ideas about the 7E models, about Bloom taxonomy, about differential learning, and how can they all be integrated into our professional lesson plan, which for sure will be integrated with integrating technology in education. It's going to be very beneficial for us to be integrating all of this. So we welcome all of you to this workshop. I hope you're gonna like it. First, let's look at the content of the workshop. After we do the introduction, we're gonna be talking about the importance of how our effective lesson plan is going to be. We're going to discuss Bloom taxonomy, but briefly, and how can we integrate Bloom taxonomy within our lesson plan? How can we make the teaching process that we're going to be doing in the classroom according to the 7E models, which is a very important model in teaching in the classroom to be able to make us have a student-centered learning. We're going to be talking about the assignments which are integrated in the lesson plan. How can I make them various and not always just give them, for example, homework page 8, number 9, or wherever. We have to make different kind of assignments with the student. How we're going to be integrating differential learning within the classroom according to the different learning styles. How can we implement this within our lesson plan? And finally, it's the teacher reflection on her lesson plan. Did I follow what I was planning for? If I followed this, did I do it well? If I did not follow it, where is the cap and what shall I do about it? Okay. So first of all, thank you for the introduction. My name is Mrs. Tahani Yassin. I'm a certified trainer and educational trainer and consultant. I'm the math coordinator for cycles 1, 2, and 3. I hope you're gonna like this workshop. First of all, I need you to press on this link. I'm gonna send you you can take a QR code, for example, here, and I will send this link, okay, on the chat, and if you can put it on Facebook, please, so they can be able to involve. Okay. Chat, give me a second. All right. I hope it can be reached to you. So here is the website link. I need you please to get to it if you're able to. It's very easy. You just press on it. Okay. And then you're going to be having this, or you can simply just take a, okay, here of the barcode, of the QR code. Okay. So here I just wanted to include this in front of you. So you can see this platform, which is the Padlet. It's very important for you when you are integrating technology in your classroom to be able to make the students more involved in the learning process with you. So if you are able to take this QR code and share with us, I hope you're gonna be able to. I want you to introduce yourself the way I did to myself, all right? So let's go back over here and check if you were able to. Okay, so anyway, it's just because I was not able. All right. So here, I just wanted to make you know the Padlet. The Padlet is very important, which can be integrated in your lesson plan and where you can be able to apply the concepts that you need with the students in your class to make them involved either at home or within the classroom with you. All right. So let's move on. Then we're gonna be talking about the lesson plan. As you know, it's very important to be prepared before we go to the classroom. I always say that no matter how experienced I am, technology make our life easier and give us more ideas. When I'm integrating artificial intelligence, when I'm integrating technology in the classroom, it's gonna be very beneficial for me to give me more ideas to be able to follow the modern technique in teaching our kids in the classroom. All right. So it's very important that we are always prepared to the lesson. Okay, so before we start, we all know that there's a very beneficial output when we are creating a professional lesson plan, when we are putting the objectives clear in front of the kids, when we are and ourselves as well, and even when we are putting the objective, we need to classify them. Am I working on the psychomotor skills? Am I working on the cognitive domain, or am I working on the affective domain? Am I doing the group work for the students? Am I giving them the chance to be able to be involved? Are they being involved? Am I just teaching them traditionally, or am I be using the modern techniques to be able to integrate in my classroom? Now, after I take all of these ideas into consideration, I need to start knowing that to be able to have effective, please take a screenshot of, to be able to have effective lesson plan, you need to take these ideas into consideration about the objective, as I have mentioned, about the content that they have to be clear content, about the engaging activities to be able to make them involved in your classroom and not feeling bored, and finally about the assessment or about it's gonna be and the assignments and the assessment. Okay, so let's start talking about the first one, which is the objective. When we are writing clear objectives, it is clear for us and for the kids the goal that we're going to be doing or the learning objective of that session. Okay, they must be clear, they must follow the smart standards, they must be measurable, the students have to be able to achieve them, they have to be achieved. I cannot, for example, make students directly from one session understand the difference between quadrilaterals if I don't give them each one by itself. So it's very important for us to take into consideration that our objectives have to be clear. All right. Then what about the content? The content has to be organized. If that our content was not organized, they will not be clear for the kids. They will be just random information and even on the board. So the good lesson plan that we're going to be planning, it will help us to organize the content into a sequence of steps to be able to know how to move from one step to another, to be able to break down the objective from the hard ones to be simple ones. All right, so it's very important to follow this to be able to because scaffolding help you a lot to be able to connect the ideas together and to understand each step according to the previous one. All right, now we said the engagement activities. Engagement activities are very beneficial when you are planning them in your when you put them in your lesson plan, because I cannot directly come to the classroom and start by just informing the kids about the information which I want to give them. Yeah. For example, in the past we used, when we needed to create a lesson plan, we just used to put the objective, the title of the lesson, the objective, the classwork, and the assignment, which is totally wrong nowadays. We cannot follow that. I need to know how am I being able to explain the perimeter for the kids. For example, if I want to explain the perimeter for the kids, I don't just tell them perimeter means sum of this side. I need them to be engaged. And to be able to be engaged, I have to create something that grab their attention by making them think about problems in real life. For example, if I'm an English teacher and I'm talking about the water, I need to ask them, do you think water is beneficial? What would happen if there are no more water? Do we need to take care of water and so on? So when I start using this type of questions, I'm engaging them. I'm working on their critical thinking. Okay. So for example, if I want to explain the perimeter, the engaging activity would be I can tell them, for example, I have this piece of land and I have a lot of sheep over here. And every day when the farmer wake up, he sees that he lost some of the sheep. Where do you think they are going? Okay, now the students will start to share ideas with you and they will feel that they can share their ideas with you because you have given them real life problems. Then I can ask, what if I want to make something over here so that the sheep won't go out? And they will start giving you ideas. They will tell you to put fences. Then I will tell them, what if I want to put fences? How am I supposed to know the measure? Then they will tell you we're gonna, for example, measure this and this and this and this. Okay, no matter what the shape of the land is. Here, the students have given you the perimeter without knowing that it is the perimeter. And then we can say, okay, this is called the perimeter. All right, so they will never forget what does the word perimeter mean. When I am engaging them by giving them real life scenarios, real life problems, they are able always to interact with me and to be involved in the learning and teaching process. All right, now I have to guide the assessment. For example, when I'm preparing the lesson plan in a professional way, the assessment I am organized. I know when I'm gonna be doing the SA, when I'm gonna be doing the FA, when I'm going to be doing job quizzes, when I'm going to be doing drug quizzes, when I'm gonna be doing diagnostic interviews with them, or taking marks for them according to their project-based learning or according to their work in the classroom with each other. So this will help me a lot to be able to guide the assessments and to be able to prepare even for the assignments that I'm going to be giving to the students. Because when I give them the assignments, and you're going to be seeing this in the other part, that assignment should not only be one. There are different types of assignments that can be given. Now, I'm going to take a minute with you to watch this video. All right. I hope you can hear me well. Yeah. Here we're going to be talking about Bloom taxonomy. I need you to focus well about it because we're going to be integrating it in the classroom. Bloom taxonomy is very beneficial, and for the educators with me right now who are using Bloom taxonomy, they know how important it is to be integrated into the lesson plan, into the assignments, into the assessment. All right? Yeah. evaluation. Here in the remember level, the students are all the students, no matter what their level is, they are studying and they are doing some efforts at home. I am not ignoring them within my exams, within my lesson plan, and so on. All right. So first, we need to start by knowing that they need to remember before we proceed more. It's like we are scaffolding the object. So as you can see, here the students first, we start by giving them the objective, which is all about just things that they memorize and they recall and they study, or like definition for things, which is called the remember. Then I will go higher a little bit. When I'm talking about a Bloom taxonomy, it's a very big workshop. Yeah, I don't want to make it just a little time. Yeah, I need you to understand it well. When I'm talking about this, then I'm gonna be moving to the next step, which is the understand. After they study and memorize the definition, they need to understand it well. After they are able to understand it well, for example, if they know the rule now, they understand the rule, now they are able to apply the rule. The students in the third level will be applying. Then we're going to be moving after they are able to apply it. Now we're going to be doing the higher order skills, which is analysis. Students have to analyze. How can they do that? Now, after students are able to analyze, they have to evaluate. How can they evaluate the data that they have got, or that, or how they are understanding, by justifying what they have understood? For example, in the math, okay, when students are justifying their answers in geometry, this is called evaluation. All right. You. Okay, let me stop here. So what I want you to understand about Bloom taxonomy is that it's very beneficial. It's full of hierarchy of steps that help me to help the students to be able to move from the level 1 to level 6, which means from lower order skills to higher order skills. All right? Now, after we took all this about Bloom taxonomy, this is a revision for the information that we have, and how can I integrate it into the lesson plan. Since our workshop is about lesson plan, how can I integrate Bloom taxonomy in my lesson plan? You know that when we are creating the lesson plan, we're always writing the objectives. And when we are writing the objectives, we cannot just simply write them. We need to know how to professionally write your objective, and how to know this objective is considered or sorted with which level. Am I writing the objective that make the students identify? For example, if I am an English teacher, All right. And in my objective, I always write define the following words. Define the following words. That as an English teacher, I need to train them to write. So if I always my objective is to let them define words, students will not be able to write. So here I can figure out where my gap is with my students and why my students are not being able to proceed more in their acquired knowledge. So I have to include Bloom taxonomy and lots of things. And now we're going to see how can we integrate it into our lesson plan. This is a part of a lesson plan which I have created. In this lesson plan, I divided the objectives into 3 sections. As we have seen in the video, the objectives are divided into 3 sections, which are cognitive, that are related for the information we're explaining for the kids, and the psychomotor, which are related for drawing, for example, using the compass to draw a circle, making models, making volcanoes, any models that are related for the subject that we are teaching them, and the affective domain, which is, for example, when I teach them how to work in groups to be able to respect each other's point of view and so on. So basically, for sure, we're not gonna be fulfilling these 7 areas. But when the teacher finishes her lesson, she needs to make sure that she has covered these 6 areas in the cognitive domain with the kids to make sure that she has given them the right objective, that they have reached higher order skills in their thoughts. So here you need to fulfill them. For example, if I am a math teacher and I want to explain about prime numbers, at the start, my objective is to identify prime numbers. And I need to make students understand the difference between prime and composite numbers, which will be written here in the understand bottom. All right, now this is going to be in the first session. In the second session, when the teacher is preparing, she can write apply. In the apply part, for example, she's going to be asking them to apply by writing, for example, 98. Can I write it as a product of prime factors? So the students start to apply what they have understood. Or for example, can I say that 100 times 4 is a prime number or it's a composite number? So the students are going later on to analyze and. So what I mean over here is that we have to go with the skills and the objectives which we are making our students grab from us according to Bloom taxonomy. So this has to be integrated in your lesson plan. And the second idea which I'm going to be talking about is the 7E model. You know, the 7E model is a very beneficial way for you to be able to grab their attention, to be able to make them involved in the student-centered learning. We are no longer able to teach them in a traditional way. Traditional way requires us just to write on the board. They're going to be copying on the board. They're going to be understanding nothing. They're not going to be no elaboration, no explore for the ideas. They were not even making them train themselves to be able to think about solving a problem. For example, today I attended a class for one of my teachers, and she was explaining for the kids how to do the division and the long division. In the previous session, we were making 8, for example, divide by 2. But now we gave them 84 divided by 2. And the students now see 2 numbers and not only 1 number. So they have to think about a way to be able to solve this. We did not give them the strategy. All right. So students need to explore after you are engaging them. So these steps that we are following in the 7E models are very important to be integrated into our classroom, especially into our lesson plan. All right, to be able to be followed in the classroom. When I am following the modern teaching methods, I need to include the 7E models. And how can I include it in the teaching process? We're going to be seeing right now. So first, let's start thinking about this. I need you to put a paper in front of you. I'm going to give you like 1 minute. And I need you to think, if you are the teacher right now and you have to follow these steps, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have made them in a wrong order. I need you to start to think, how can I grab their attention, do the learning, the teaching process until I make sure I extended their knowledge. They know everything about the curriculum or about the objective which I aim to make them understand. Now, I need you to take few minutes. If you are able to answer us on Facebook, please do. All right, just a minute. Try to write them by letters. It's going to be easier for you. And here you can read the definition of each step. For example, the explain step, it's where the teacher provides explanation and introduce the formal language, the definition, the explanation for the previous page, step. All right? Okay. So what do you think? Which one is going to start with? If you are in the classroom and you need to have the attention with you, and okay. All right. So basically, we said that we need to make them involved in the learning process. We need to make them think about a problem. How can I do that? How do I start? But do I directly give them a problem? Do I need to review some information before? How can I end that? How can I do in the what do I do in the middle of this teaching process to make sure they are getting the information correctly? Now, to be able to know the answers, we did the following. So first, we need to elicit. When I say elicit, it means I am making sure that I am reviewing for them the old content or the old objectives, which I need. Then I need to engage them through different ways. We're going to be seeing different ways right now. Then I need to engage, after I engage them, I will give them a problem before I start explaining the lesson. This step, in my opinion, explore is one of the most important steps in the following, because when students try to solve on their own and they know or they don't know, they are more excited for the next step, which is explanation, to be able to know if what you are saying is correct, if what they are thinking of is correct or not. After you explain for them, now they are able to work correctly after they know the rules and they know how they have to think. Now they are able to elaborate. So the difference between explore and elaborate, both they are solving alone or in group or whatever. But the first one, explore, they are trying to solve without you helping them. And in the elaborate phase, you help them. Now they're going to be applying what you have given them. So can you see how important these steps are? After that, we're going to be evaluating their knowledge by asking them, by telling them to justify their answers, by telling them to explain their answers in front of their kids, by maybe asking two students with two different opinions to try to convince each other. So here I'm training them to be able to respect each other's opinion, to try to explain to each other, to try to show their knowledge. And finally, I extend the knowledge by giving them new situations to follow. So in these stages, which I have provided for you, it's very important for you to follow them to be able to grab their attention. For the engage phase, I said that I'm going to be giving you a little bit of ideas. For example, when I told you about the problem solving over here for the perimeter, it's one of the ways where I can grab their attention. For example, when I integrate technology in education, if I integrate technology in education and I use different digital platforms, I can really grab their attention. For example, the live worksheets is one of the most beneficial websites that can be used by us as teachers and for our kids in the classroom. All right. So here the students are gonna be able to apply the knowledge, are gonna be able to elaborate, to extend their knowledge, and they can self-assess themselves. Please check it out. It is called liveworksheets.com. All right. For example, if I open-ended questions to make them be able to discuss ideas, if I make competition and prizes, who's gonna be winning, competitions between classes, competitions between groups, and so on. All right, providing real life examples or even personal. Sometimes if I need to grab their attention, I tell them, you know what, something happened with me yesterday, and I didn't know how to solve it. And something I can start by creating for them things that can grab their attention before I start explanation. Otherwise, they're gonna not be focusing with us. All right, as we have explained them. It's very important to follow these. And now I ask myself, how can I? Here we have already said that the elaborate comes after the explanation and the explore comes before the explanation, but these both are where the students are solving alone. Now, as we said, these are very important to be able to help us be able to uh, make sure that the students are involved in the learning process. Okay, now if I look over here, I ask myself, how can I implement these models into the lesson plan? All right. So to be able to implement them, you can do the following. This is the teaching process, right? So when I am working on the teaching process, it was called 5E models, but recently it is updated to 7E models. All right. So here I should write 7E. Anyway, so here as you can see in front of you, I have divided in my lesson plan the parts of the e-models to be included for the teacher to be able to know how she can be implementing this in her classroom. All right. I want you right now, if you are still with us, I want you to use your QR code. Okay, use this QR code to be able to enter on this. Okay, it is called menti.com. I need you to check this out. And what is the biggest challenge you face when implementing the 7E models in your lesson plan? So here I have the following four problems, and I want you to think about which one of them might be the easiest one or the hardest one to be able to put as problems or challenges for us. All right. Now let me just send this over here. I don't know if I can send it to you. All right. Hello. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Arun. All right. So here, let me give you this. Hold on. This link. Okay, it's Mentimeter, and I have included Mentimeter to be able to give you another platform that you can be integrating in your classroom. All right, to be able that you can integrate in your classroom to be able to make the kids share with you their ideas. All right. So right now, let us share our ideas together. You can check the link over here. By pressing on the link, you can directly go to this page. And when you go it, what is the biggest challenge you face when implementing the models in your lesson plan? So you can look over here and you can choose them. For example, adapting to different subjects, finding, and so on. And after you choose them, you put on the ranking issue. Okay? Now, let's see the solutions. I'm gonna be going to mentimeter.com to be able to check your answers. Okay, if you did not go, please scan this QR code. Okay, to help you be able to share with us your ideas and to be involved into this session with me. All right. So let me go here. Here are our answers. Okay. So as you can see, all right. This is mentimeter.com. You can use it in your classroom for voting, for making the students involved with you. More students like this, especially that it has colors. All right. Look for how you can make your answers appear. And this part goes for the integrating technology in your class. All right. Now, after that, we can be able to hold on. This is how we can check the answers. All right. Right? This is, for example, it's the kind where I make them appear just like random words. And here, for example, you can make them appear just like scaling and just like bar diagrams and bar graph and stuff. So here, it's very important for us to be able to integrate technology in our classroom to grab their attention by showing them digital things. And you know that we are right now in the digital world, which is very important for the kids to be able to grab their attention. Okay, AI, they know about AI even more than us. So we should not be a lot away from this. Okay, now uh, let me show you. I don't know where did it go. Okay, This is it. Okay. So here it is. Here are the answers. Okay. Let's view your answers. Thank you for sharing. All right. So, okay, as you can see, here are the answers. So the first option had the blue one goes for more. Okay, now uh, let's continue working. All right. Now, we dealt that we're going to be integrating the 7E models into our classroom, and we dealt that we're going to be integrating Bloom taxonomy while writing the objective. And now, what about the differential learning? You know that each student has different type of the learning needs. Some students are visual, they love to see. Some are auditory, they love to hear. Some are kinesthetic, they love to work with them, they love to make handcraft, hands-on activities, and so on. And others are students who like to read and learn. For example, if I am watching anything or I need to take notes, if I don't take notes in front of me, I don't keep this idea. If I don't see things visual in front of me, I cannot understand the idea well, or I'm not grabbed to that. My attention is not grabbed to this idea anymore. So how can we be able to work on all learning styles? It's very important for us to identify what do we mean by differential learning. Not all students are the same. Not all students are engaged or provoked in the same way. Some students like the visual things. Some students like to read, like to write. So when I am able to identify the learning need for each of my students in the classroom, this will help me to create a professional lesson plan because I am including all. When I create the activity today for visual students, I can create the activity tomorrow for auditory students. Or when I create the engage part for the visual students, in the elaboration part, for example, I can create something which is for the auditory part, and learning this, understanding this, being able to work on this challenge for us, it's very beneficial for us to be able to grab their attention and make them understand more. Here I wanted to give you some a case study. I'm going to be reading it for you and I want you to think about it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this problem and we're going to be see how is the differential instruction going to be included within that lesson. So in a high school English classroom, there's a teacher, her name is Jessica. She implemented differential learning instruction to be able to cater the diverse needs of her students. She started by providing variety of materials and teaching methods. Okay, so she's not just copying herself always, including the text at different reading levels, including audio, including video, okay, and hands-on activities with different learning styles. So did she cover the learning style? Is she able to grab all of them, all of the attention for the different type of learners we have in the classroom? Yes, she is, because she had prepared different materials, different teaching methods, different visuals, different audio, different hands-on activities, and they are able to write, they are able to read these texts. Okay, here, as you can see, she had provided a lot of different things to be able to cater all the needs. So as you can see, her approach worked in three different ways. First, about the content. Second, about the process that you're going to be following. And finally, about the product. All right, so the product that you will be having when she's demonstrating their understanding, when she is able to show them the different ways she's doing and to show the result on them. All right, so keep this three in mind, please, when we are working with differential learning or with any activity that I have to take care of the content I'm providing. I have to take care of the process and how it's going to be, and finally for the product that I'm gonna be having for the kids. All right. So take a few minutes, think about it. If it's that hard, no, it's not. With AI, nothing is hard. You can simply type for it. I am an English teacher. I'm gonna be talking about water pollution. Help me to find way to, according to 7E models, how can I grab the attention of all the kids? And the AI is going to be doing this for you. Okay, so it's very important to include this. But how can I include it in the lesson plan? We said that first we're gonna be starting by putting the objectives, which are divided into three parts. Then we said that we're gonna be talking about the teaching process, where I put the 7E model. Now, do I have to make another thing to talk about differential learning? No. We can integrate the differential learning within the 7E model. As you can see, I can integrate them. For example, I can do all of the following in the thing. All right. These are different activities that grab different students' attention. It's very important to be able to be not a copy teacher for every, when you are unpredictable with your activities, your students wait you. They wait to see what you're going to be giving them. They wait to see of the various applications you are introducing to them, of the various activities, of the videos, of the visuals, of the auditory stories, of the hands-on activities you're going to be asking them to create. These are very important for the kids. So this will allow you to make student-centered learning. This will allow you to make them responsible student self-learners and so on. All right. And finally, after we talk about differential learning, what about the assignment? You know, assignments can be given just in a traditional way or in a very nice way. Now we're gonna be talking about it. All right. So the assignment part. Now I want you to think, what do you usually give them? What do you usually give as assignments for the kid? Do you usually go only to the book? Do you only refer to the book? Do you refer to the copybooks? Do you refer to revision sheets? Do you refer to live worksheets? Do you refer to flipped learning? Flipped learning is a very important part that can be included also into our classroom. It's when you give them a link and then you make them discuss it in the class, not explained by you, but by them. All right? So I want you to think how assignments can be. Well, as for me, I have integrated different type of assignments in my lesson plan according to this table. So I said to myself, I can give them homework, which is a simple homework just by paperwork, or I can give an online homework using any platform, or using flipped learning, or just make them watch a video, or I can just give an oral homework when they have to recite something and not paperwork or write. Or I can give projects, simple projects, or project based learning, which are very important. When we're talking about project based learning, it means I am integrating more than one subject into one domain. All right? Now, this is very important, okay, to be integrated all together. So, we have said that for us to have important and a professional lesson plan, we need to follow these. First, when I write the objective, I take into consideration the three types of objective. And with the cognitive part, I write the six levels to be able to move with the objectives from the lower skills to the higher one. After that, I move to the teaching to the teaching process. Within the teaching process, I have the 7E model. So when I write the 7E model, I put how do I want to grab their attention, how do I want to make them engage, how do I want to make to explain and to elaborate, and so on. But by following this, I need to take the different learning styles. So when I do the 7E models, I am grabbing the attention of every single person in the class. And finally, about the assignments, I can do the assignments in this way to make them always involved, always have variety of ways to be able to do it. All right. And finally, did I follow the lesson plan? I need to ask myself to have this self-reflection. Was I able to cover everything? Was I able to follow the lesson plan? Did I integrate technology in education? Were the students interested? Do I need to improve in any of these areas? I always need to ask myself. We are never ever expert. Yeah, we can be expert experts, but we are never ever 100% correct. There is always an area that needs to be modified, that needs to be edited, that needs to be worked on. So where should I work on to improve myself? Where should I work on to improve? And let me tell you something. I know that the lesson plan may take a little bit time with you, but believe me, when you have a professional lesson plan in your classroom, you will not be taking you will not be taking the ownership of the learning. Black, on the contrary, students in your class will be taking care or will be taking the ownership of their own learning process without you. You are just there to monitor them. You are just there to guide. You are just there to help when your help is needed. Maybe to explain when you are in the explain phase, but make them explore on their own. Make them elaborate on your own. Let them work in groups. Let them work in individual work. Let them work in group and pairs. This is all very beneficial for their personality. Finally, okay, you need to always to think about the differential learning. All right, so when you are crafting well your professional plan, it is very essential to foster these 21st century skills. And when I ask myself what are the 21st century skills, does this lesson plan help me to build it? Well, yeah, because in the 20 when we're talking about 21st century skills, we're talking about creativity. This will help them to be creative because they are exploring on their own. They are creating in the create part and of the objective in Bloom taxonomy. They are being able to communicate together because communication is also one of the 21st century skills. I am making them work in group together or individual or discuss or in pairs and so on. We are working also on the creative part, on the communication skills. We are working on the critical thinking, which is very important for them, on the digital world. When we are integrating technology and education, we are just working on these 21st century skills. So please be able to make them collaborate together, make them be able to communicate together, make them be able to be creative, ask them Socratic questions to be able. And where can I do all of that? AI can help me a lot. I can go to any AI, okay, for example, po.com, and I can tell that help me to build a professional lesson plan according to this. And I ask it to help me building the professional lesson plan using the things which we have discussed. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. This is all about me. If you want to contact me for more information, if you need to ask me any question, and this is the barcode for my page. All right. If you want to be able to follow my work or my PowerPoints and my presentation. Thank you so much. Madam, are you with me? If there are any questions, please leave them and they're going to be telling me to answer. All right. Madam? Please, if there are any questions, write them in the on the Facebook page where you are attending this session. Okay. Okay. Write me them, and they will give them to me. All right. So as you can see here, you can take my QR code to be able to follow my page where you can always see my workshop. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So I think they have to talk right now to you to be able to give you the quiz and to be able to give you the certificates of attendance. I think they lost connection from IGP. Okay. All right. Now, write for me on the Facebook page. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. If there are any questions, I will go to the Facebook page to be able to see them. Okay. Okay, it seems they lost connection. Sorry for that. I will try to check the Facebook page on my own to check if there are any questions. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Okay, it seems there are no questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for
Thank
our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Are there any questions? Madam?
Not yet, ma'am. We are waiting for the questions from our participants.
All right. I think there are no questions. I made them clear a lot. I gave I think we can start the quiz. Okay.
Ma'am, I think questions from our participants. After a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new rate. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Dear IGP knowledge again for the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge again for the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.radioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next learning test. Passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed, retake the quiz. Download the certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.radioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. Watching completing part 1, move to the next line test, passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed, retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge is time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few processes for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.radioigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link for the session and join with a logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join on a live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. For a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 25 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, how can teacher write effective lesson plans? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. The second question is, in order to be effective, lesson plans will, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our third question is effective lesson plans have 6 key parts. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 48% people are right here. Next question is in order to be effective, lesson plans will. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Next question is what will effective lesson plans not do for students? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. Next question is the most effective lesson plan have dash key parts. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our eighth question is to address learner variability, effective lesson plan often incorporate. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 63% people are right. Our next question is teachers working together to create effective lesson plans is collaborative professionalism. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our second last question of the session is language objective are part of effective lesson plans. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 96% people are right. Our last and final question of the session is to address learner viability, effective lesson plans contain combination of multiple teaching methods. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group instead of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group instead of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group instead of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy as to say. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to ignore the people of things, Albert Einstein. Press or hit the like button. I want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.